Through interviews, expert discussions, and narratives, we uncover pathways to resilience, innovation, and evolution. Welcome to All Things Change. Hello, everyone, and welcome to All Things Change podcast. We're so happy to have you with us today. We're also equally happy to have Uʻilani Evans from Changemakers Hawaii. She is doing some amazing work when it relates to workforce development and has been doing it for several years. And so we're going to get to talk story with her and see about the work that's going on Hawaii Island and in Hawaii County as it relates to workforce development. But before we get started, I know Uli and I worked together at Changemakers on a program called Kanaka Mob. And we were really working to bring the collective impact framework to the issue around workforce development. Collective impact is really about making systemic change. And Uli was instrumental in starting up Kanaka Mob as a collective impact. She went out and got cross-sector partners to come in and participate in a steering committee. They also did a data walk where they looked at data from, from various sources as it related to workforce development and the needs of not just the employee, but also the employer. And then Changemakers received a contract with the County of Hawaii to be the operator of the American Job Center. Also, I think they're going through some new branding and renaming it Hawaii Island Workforce Connection. And so we're just so amazed and excited to have Uli come and talk about this transition from doing collective impact and now having the opportunity to work with an even broader cross sector of providers that are working in this area, that are both government, nonprofit, and also working with employers to really tackle the issue of workforce and the needs of not just employees in Hawaii County, but also employers. And so welcome, Uli. Thanks for taking the time to come and talk story with us.
Hi, aloha everybody. Thank you so much for having me, Olani. I am super excited. We just like Olani mentioned, we went through this Kanaka Mobs series, and now we get to finally be in a place of workforce development that we can engage and partner and have a relationship with our community. Like she mentioned, businesses, organizations. Federal government, county, state, you can name it, and we are collabing with each other in working to make workforce development better here in Hawaii or on the Big Island.
Awesome. So I know Changemakers got the contract from the county. And so what is the work of the operator of the American Job Center?
So yes, that's a very good question, Olani. It's really great. From being on virtual the whole time and now being in person, we get to go out into the community and talk stories with different partners, organizations, and businesses. So just here in the center itself, we, the operator, get to talk stories with our participants, clients that walk in and need help in workforce development, whether it's be training, resume building, job searching, various other opportunities that we have where we partner with workforce development, state, and goodwill industry that we have actually here in the American Job Center. So we have our case managers that go out and help our participants in whatever various needs that our participants need here at the American Job Center.
Yeah. So if I'm unemployed, which I am, and I need to find a job or I need services, like how can I first, where are you located and how can what kind of services are provided at the American Job Center?
Yes, that's a good question. I don't know how to explain this as best as possible, but if you are from the Big Island and you know where the old fun factory building was, we are located in that office. I
In
can give you
Hilo?
the address, but the address sometimes take you to all over in this building. But that
It's
address.
in Hilo? If the office is in Hilo?
Yes, office is in Hilo. Definitely. Office is in Hilo, literally right next door to Ken's Pancake House. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
all of you know where Ken's Pancake House is. Um, and the old WIC office, we're right next door. And we are here in that building. Located at 88 Kanoilehua Avenue, Suite A204, Hilo, Hawaii 96720 upstairs.
Okay. So I come in. Can anybody walk in there?
Yes, anybody and everybody can walk in. So, as Olani mentioned, she's unemployed. What is her first steps? You come into the door, you see my receptionist. Her name is Charmaine. You inform her, hey, I'm here, I'm brand new. Let her know your situation. Unemployed. I need to look for jobs. What is my first steps? Steps are to sign in for us on our sheet. You sign in your, if you're a veteran, and if you're not a veteran, it's okay. Put your date, your name, what you're doing here, and then she will provide a triage form. So this form is to give to our case manager, and one of those case managers that are here in office will come out and help you with anything and everything that you need assistance for. Good thing is that we have an unemployment phone here now. So you actually can walk in here, specifically pick up the phone and get straight to unemployment office
Benefits?
here in Kilo.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And so the case manager, do they like? If I need to maybe zhuzh up or fix my resume, can they help me with that?
Yes, they can. Like I mentioned in the triage form, she will. Sorry, I didn't mention that before. She will ask you a various of questions in regards to what you're looking for, resume building, job searching, specific programs that they have, goodwill industry, workforce development, and then she will point you into the right case manager. That specific case manager will help you work into resume building, cover letters, job searching, whether it's state, county. Ooh, and first, we actually initiate HireNet and Indeed here. So that will be two websites that they will get you onto. If you do not have one, it's okay. They will set you up with that information, with the username, your password. Even if you don't even know how to do your Gmail, you have a Gmail, you don't know how to get onto it, they get that on for you. Just have to remember your password, username, and your password.
Okay, that's good to
But in for Indeed and HireNet, if you don't know it, they have a system that they can go into the system and get your username and password if you do forget.
yeah. So I've been unemployed since end of September. And for unemployment, you have to do three job searches, three resumes, three something in order to get every week at a minimum every week. I've been doing like six every week and I have not been successful. Any, is there anybody there that can help me? I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
That's a really good question. This is a continuous situation that does occur here. The only best advice that I can tell you is to work with a case manager. They can point you into the right direction. No promises though that you will get the same luck,
Yeah.
but being connected with the county, with the state, with the organizations that we partner with, there is a possible outcome that you might, receive some type of work. You know, to be honest, I'm not gonna give you the yes, you're gonna get something
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
because that is something that we do um, stumble across when we do have our unemployment clients come in to do
Yeah.
search.
Yeah. Okay. The other thing is, what if I want to like gain more experience or get new certification? Do you folks provide any of that kind of assistance?
Unfortunately, we have a waiting list. And
Mm,
for Goodwill, who is the organization, the partner that strictly works with our CDL, with our nursing, and these are, like Olani mentioned, our our certificates where you get your license, they are full right now. We do have a waiting list. So unfortunately, we don't have these, but we can add you on the waiting list. And once something does come up, you will be the first person to be contacted. For Goodwill itself, veterans is the number one
target group?
target group for them. So if you are veterans and you come in, they will take you first.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how do I get on those lists?
You just come in, you let them know, hey, I want to do CDL driver's permit, or however, whatever you want to do. They'll come out, they'll take your information, and then they'll let you know again, hey, unfortunately, you'll be on the waiting list. We'll put you on the list, though, and we'll contact you as soon as possible.
Okay. What if I live in Ka'u? Is there a place in Ka'u is there a center in Ka'u that I can access, or how do I access the service? Do I have to come to Hilo?
Yes, so actually, if you contact our office, our number is 808-935-6527. You just let them know what your situation is. You live in Ka'u, you live in Miloli'i, you live in Kona. We have case managers that actually come to you. Know, like, hey, we are going to come out on Tuesday. I have to meet a client in regards to their situation, and they make an appointment with them. We would rather them be here, but we know the circumstances that we will make whatever works.
Yeah. Awesome. So how do you see like the work you were doing with Kanaka Mob and now, having this American Job Center, how do they go hand in hand?
So that's amazing. We get to be here now. We partner. There's 19 partners. I can go down the list. Alulike, DHS, Department of Human Services, Goodwill, youth and veterans, adults. We have HCEOC, Hawaii County Economic Opportunity. Now we have a relationship. Now we can. We have direct numbers, we have emails, we can have monthly meetings if so, and now we can pull the managers, deputy directors, executive directors, workers, and we can categorize them or actually pull out and have series. Now we can have tiers now to our Kanaka mobs, where at
Yeah.
first we just had the simple, workers who work for the organizations. Now they can
Right.
be, now it can be more, we can expand it now. So I think this is such a great opportunity that we have here, because we have connections.
Yeah.
We do job fairs, we do resource fairs, we go out in the community now. So I think this is such a good opportunity for Kanaka moms. Now we can expand it even bigger and have tiers. Now, we can have from the highest and to the lowest, and now the community comes in place. Right now we can be more involved in the community.
Awesome. Yeah. What are sort of like the trends you're seeing as it relates to either, the kind of jobs and work or careers people are looking for? And yeah, what are the kind of careers people are looking for? when they come into the center?
We do have so much. We do have a lot of uncles that come in that ask for warehouse and forklift, anything to do with forklift, whether it be outside or inside, house cleaning. What is the other one? The other one is like food industry. I didn't really see much as I've been here in administration, receptionist. I see more so out in the fields. They want to be in the fields, which is amazing because we have a variety of people that come in from the age of 16 to the age of 70 that come in looking for a job opportunity. So yeah, we have a variety of them that
Okay.
come for different.
Have you seen an uptick with everything happening, like with the federal government and stuff? Have you seen
Yes,
more people coming?
yes. That we definitely had a lot more. Well, since I've been here from the time right before the shutdown, and after the shutdown, we are maybe looking at 13, 14 clients a day compared to 4 or 5 previously, before the shutdown. And our phone calls, they might not come in and because they have appointments online. So that's even more that we're not counting that are already in programs that we have here that are on unemployment or on on other programs because of the federal shutdown.
Interesting. Where do you see like the future going as far as like new career opportunities? Are
I
you seeing that?
I think people, for me, being that I've been in organizations, for the last 10, 15 years, I see a lot of people that are part of the organizations, part of nonprofit. I think if we're looking into different avenues, whether it be customer service or food service, then yes, I do see that there's more job opportunities. But if they want to go back to what they were doing previously in organizations, it might be a little bit harder because we have to find other money opportunities for these organizations to continue to hold their employees. But like I
Yeah.
said, if we're looking outside of organizations, food industries, tour, hotels and motels and schools, there is opportunities, but I think we have to point our participants, our clients, into that direction, right? Like, here, this is what you've done so long, but how about this opportunity? I think they're so comfortable what they've been doing for so long that they don't know how to come out of their comfort zone and look at other opportunities that they are out there. Like, uncle has been working for bus for 10 years. He like do bus, but there is no bus right now, so let's look for other avenues for them. So I think right now there is lots of opportunities, but again, it's helping them to adjust or to change what their career was previously and what they can go into next.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Um, so, with that said, how are you at the center measuring success? Like what does success look like for, changemakers and the other partners providing services at the American Job Center or are
you
part of the Hawaii Island Workforce Connect? So
we I'm definitely new, so that I feel it's already successful to me, not just for American Job Center, not just for Changemakers Hawaii, but and not just for our partners, but now we have a goal, we have a mission, we have the resources, we just got to make changes. And like I just mentioned, we are making a little bit of adjustments. We are making a little bit more of a better, place for our people to come and join and to help them to get out of these situations. So I think as of right now, I see lots of success. I think we just have to beef it up. We need to, like really understand what our goals and our mission will be in the next 5 months. 5 months, not year, 5 months, 6 months, even a month in January. What are we gonna do to better in January? So I think that's I'm so excited because we want to make a change. We want to make things happen here, and we can't do it without everybody's kokua. We cannot do it without everybody, and we make mistakes, and the only way we can be better is criticism, and that's what I've learned throughout this time is that we can be better. We
Yeah.
never can. We never can stop. We never can like I said, we cannot not be better. We can
Yeah.
do, and then we can do some more.
Yeah. So you mentioned, setting a goal for like the next 5 months. What would be one area you'd like to like tackle and maybe make improvements on?
For sure, getting us out there. My goal is to have a monthly job fair and a quarterly resource fair, but that doesn't stop, because right now I need to work with our partners. I need to get out into the community, and talk stories and have monthly meetings and engage and figure out what is our problem here, how can we solve workforce development. And everybody, we saw the data, and now maybe we can implement it here better. We can figure out when our clients come in what the problems are, to them. How can we help them better?
I'm guessing you're tracking the numbers of like people who not just come in, but actually get employment.
Mhm.
Is there any like follow up after that? Like, do they like their job? Are they
Good
making
question.
enough
That
money?
that is not that's really not something that we implement, and that is something we should implement. So thank you. That's something that we should do moving forward.
Um, and so maybe you could tell us a little bit about what your role is at the American Job Center.
Yeah, so I am the also one-stop operator. So I just pretty much oversee the resource center, whether it's calls, walk-ins, taking in the clients, doing booking the rooms, going out in the community, having monthly meetings. As of right now, this is my job. And I would love to expand it more, because there is a lot more that needs to be done.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. So, what does a thriving Hawaii workforce look like to you?
Oh, that's a good question. For me, that's a really hard question. Only because we want we want our participants to come in, right? We want them to get a job right away. We want them to continue to have that job, but there is steps for that. And right now, I don't think I have a grasp of that right now, because I want everybody to thrive in workforce development. I don't want anybody to lose their jobs or to hate their jobs, or to experience good and bad workforce development. So I thriving to me is they being there willingly, not because of the paycheck, but because they want to be there to help the community, whether it's serving food, whether it's folding towels. You gotta really want to work, and I think that's why it's that that's a really touchy subject to me, because it does come from management. It does come from the owners. It comes, so for me, I wish I could explain a little bit more or give you a better answer to that, but I'm not even sure myself.
Yeah. Do you think that there's some work to be done on the employer side to talk about, like, healthy workforce, and means, that you have a healthy business? I mean, maybe there's some work to be done on that
Yes,
around, like,
for sure.
leadership styles, management styles. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. That is, I think right now our top, yeah. Yeah. I just I it comes from the business itself.
Yeah.
We can't fix our employees if we can't fix our higher ups. I'm not even saying that. Maybe the higher ups is the greatest and it's management, but I think the relationships that you have with your employees, because there is people that take their job seriously and they take it with passion, and they they work there for years, and they're just not getting every benefit that they should expect.
Yeah. I know when we were like working on in the early stages of Kanakama, we had identified that, people are getting the training and have the capacity they need to do the work and the careers that they want to do, that they have ongoing training and development, that they have like a whole life. And so they are healthy, they are, have, you know, their children are being taken care of, that they have affordable housing, that they are embedded in the community that they're working in. The other thing we had talked about was that there was, like, again, ongoing training of both for both the employer and the employee, so that they are continuing to grow and meet the needs. I think also that, and I think you mentioned this earlier, that um, yes, we have to get a check to pay our bills, but it makes it much more easier to wake up in the morning when you are passionate about your work. And so, I'm just wondering if, again, if Hawaii Island affords the varying different passions of people, right? And is there infrastructure there to support the passions of people and provide, the myriad of opportunities out there in the workforce for those passions to be expressed? Do you get to work with them? I know you mentioned like Indeed and HireNet is sort of like your online um, job application, but do you get to interact much with the employers,
Me
the businesses?
as Yeah, me as the operator, no, not at the moment. But that is our goal. Our goal is to have job events, job opportunities for them, and work closely with the businesses itself. So no, not right now. I don't. I have a listing of businesses that are hiring, but I don't have the connection yet. But I will. Starting January, I will be meeting with them. That is my goal, as I mentioned, is to go out in the community and talk with the businesses and have that relationship. So since I don't know, I don't work at these places, so I don't know what the problems are, or if it's the generation, or if it's just lack of management. But yeah, that is my goal, is to build a relationship with these businesses and see what kind of opportunities that we can do to help them, to have training, to have better communications, to have management meetings, or whatever it is, to help them build a safe and livable, workable business.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I think it sort of leads to, that whole idea of workforce development is such a like a loaded term. It sounds like right now the American Job Center is focused primarily on getting people employed or reemployed. But workforce development means making sure that they continue to grow in their company, that they're developing the capacity and the skills to grow in the company, and that, that they have, again, one of the challenges in Hawaii is the gap between the what you get paid and the cost of living is so extreme. And we know a lot of small businesses can't afford to pay people a living wage. And so, what are other things you can do to help people be able to stay and work and prosper? I think we've gotten so, I think the idea of working multiple jobs has become so normalized that we forget that there actually was a time where people just worked one job.
Right.
And they could afford to like live. Now, maybe they weren't the richest people,
Right.
but they worked one job,
Right.
and you could feed and you could pay mortgage, can send your kids to school. There was a time that you could do that.
Right.
Um, but now you can barely get ahead
Yeah.
with two jobs. And from a person that, has regularly had two things going on, a full time and a side hustle. Um, just, to make sure you are, again, paying your bills, living in some level of comfortability, but you're not taking family vacations, like you're not going to Disneyland off of that, but you're trying to take care of your house and your mortgage and your kids and stuff. Um, And so looking at different ways in which you can kind of get back to that place.
I
And
think
so
that's
one of the things,
yeah. I
yeah.
think
So one of the things if small businesses in Hilo can't pay that, part of that is to then tackle the other side of the equation and trying to reduce costs so that that salary or that pay can maybe get closer to it.
right.
Yeah.
And then that's another thing too, right? What is that extras that they have? I mean, I'm trying to not get into anybody's business, but
Yeah.
car payments and credit
Yeah.
card payments just so that they could live because they needed an extra income. And like there's just always that kids sports, that's a great conversation that you or big great topic that you brought up, because again there's always that extra, and then there comes childcare and making sure that you have a 8 hour 8 hour job to keep them at school from 7:30
Yeah.
till 4:30, getting kiki, that extra A plus for them. That cost is another cost if you're not in that, that range, that income
Yeah.
range. So it's a do and a don't sometimes, because you're doing great in income, but you don't qualify, and then you're doing so, you're poorly, but then you qualify but you don't get to live, like
Yeah.
it's like we're stuck in the middle, and we got to figure out how to get these resources for them there in the middle. Like,
Yeah.
where is those child cares? Where is those like job opportunities? Where can those jobs provide that for them? Hey, I'll give you a stipend for this much, to help you with
Yeah.
childcare or whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I think that's why Kanaka is so important because while I think the American Job Center partners are really focused on making sure people have employment, which is super important. I think Kanaka role is really to look at the system and to figure out what changes need to happen within that system to make sure our workforce is again trained, whole, um, feel connected to community, feel like they're contributing in their careers and their work, um, and to change that system to make that happen. Whether it's like childcare, making sure that there is free childcare, whether it's pushing for universal um, health care, all of the different things,
And
again, to
affordable
reduce the cost.
health
Yeah,
care.
yeah, yeah. Well, and I think like thinking about like, yeah, like universal health care that happens in other countries, where you pay more taxes or you divert more taxes, um, to help pay for universal health care, reducing the cost. And I know a lot of people get like, oh, you're going to have long waits waiting for the doctor. I'm like, hello, we have long waits now. It takes you a month to get in to see a doctor. And then your doctor's appointments are by the month, right? They're not like weekly unless you're like dying. But yeah, so anyway, that's the whole system that I think Kanaka Mob is really trying to address, to make and create with partners a healthy workforce environment, which leads to a healthy community. Um, so again, we're just wrapping up. So what's one message you would want to leave with our community today regarding your work?
I wanted to give a lot of messages because there's just so much that you know, we can we can do for our community. So sorry, this is a super hard one for me. I had like five messages that I wanted to give out, but just in don't give up, don't give up. Thrive, stand up when you get back. You know, when you get knocked down, get back up and continue to move forward. And there is resources, there is people out there that are willing to help in any way possible. We're here. I'm here. If you need to talk to me, please reach out. I'm here. And if I
Yeah,
cannot, I will find the resources. But don't give up. Thrive community. Let's build it together. Let's build a strong foundation and let's move together for sure.
awesome. So if they want to contact you, how did they get in contact with
Yep.
you
So
again?
contact number is 808-935-6527. That is our main office. My name is Uʻilani again. Just ask for me and they'll transfer you over to me. Our address is 88 Kanoilehua Avenue, Suite A204 in Hilo, Hawaii. We're again right next door to Ken's Pancake House and the old Fun Factory.
Okay, awesome. Thank you again, Ui, for your time and for sharing all of the amazing work that you're doing with Changemakers at the American Job Center. Definitely, um, Changemakers is getting in there and really supporting community. And so I want to thank you for all of your hard work. I mean, talk about kind of getting in there and, changing things up. And so we really appreciate the work that you're doing uh, as it relates to workforce development in Hawaii County. And so good luck. And
Thank you so
we
much.
hope to have you back later on so you can share all of the lessons you're learning as you're integrating collective impact into this already ongoing American Job Center. And so uh, thank you again.
And I really appreciate having me here talk with you folks. So yes, until the next time, we
Okay.
hope.
We have.